How did we go from charging $1,000 to $11,000 in just less than 1 month? It was simple. We changed our offer. We would change what we were offering to businesses so that we were perceived as more valuable. If you're not too sure who I am, my name's Jude Child. I'm 16 years old. I dropped out of high school to start my own lead generation business, and here's my journey. This video is going to cover everything in terms of your offer, right? It's going to go over everything to what is an offer, and then how do you guys make your own, and then eventually I think I'm going to teach you guys all the secrets in how you guys go from charging $1,000 to $10,000 in your offer, right? I really hope you guys enjoy, get some value out of this. Let me know if there's anything that you think I could do better in the comments, and we'll go from there. Starting off is what actually is an offer, right? So an offer is essentially something that you present to someone else and they accept or reject, right? But obviously we're not just giving someone something. In terms of business, an offer is essentially the way we communicate the value that we provide to someone else, provide to another business, person, anything, right? In terms of value back. In most cases, the value that we get in return is money, right? I'm assuming you guys want to be able to charge people money for your value, for the value you provide. So yeah, we're going to go in terms of money, right? So here's you guys, this is you, this is the offer. So you guys give the offer to the other business, say, and then you guys get money in return, right? So how do we actually make one, right? Well, the reason why we want to make one so good is because then we can charge more, right? But how do we make one? How do we essentially charge more is becoming differentiated, right? We want to provide and offer something so different from everyone else that people are willing to pay more because it's not just different, but it's so valuable, right? It solves every single one of their problems. So this is essentially what we want to be, right? We want to be here. So this is our offer, superstar offer. Then we have everyone else's offer, right? All the same, all generic, right? In terms, they're going to be racing down to the bottom line price because there's nothing differentiating themselves. But people, they're willing to pay more for the superstar offer, right? Just makes sense. So this is the homoi value equation, right? So how do we make and provide value? Well, there's 4 things, right? So on the top is dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement, and then on the bottom there's time delay and effort and sacrifice. The less time delay and sacrifice there is, the more valuable. The more the dream outcome is, like the better the dream outcome, and the more perceived likelihood of achievement, the more value, right? People want to, I guess, dream big, but they also want it to seem like they're going to be able to get there, right? So that's in case of that, it's like offering everything so it's almost impossible for them not to get there. Then of course, they don't want to wait too long. So we want to get rid of that time delay, and then they also don't want to have to provide too much effort or sacrifice. So if we had no time delay, so it's instant, no sacrifice, so they didn't have to pay anything, and they didn't have to put any effort in, and there was a really good dream outcome, really high perceived likelihood of achievement, then it would be the best offer ever, right? Of course, however, we're not going to be able to get 0 time delay or 0 effort and sacrifice. So essentially, this is how, if we can, I guess, create a very good dream outcome, lots of perceived likelihood of achievement, people will be willing to sacrifice things like money, right? And willing to also wait, but we have to make sure we build it well so that way they're really willing to. So this is our offer here, right? This is what we want the people, right? We want them dreaming of our offer. We want them really running into it, not just wanting it, but they need it, right? Because when there's a need for something, they're much more willing to pay for it. So how do we get to this point? Because once we do, we're going to be using something called value-driven purchasing. So value-driven purchasing, which is much better than price-driven purchasing, is because our offer is so valuable or solves such a good problem, is the fact that people buy it due to the value, due to what they're getting, compared to price-driven purchasing. When you're offering the exact same thing as everyone else, right? Going back up to here, right? This is price-driven purchasing because everyone is offering the same thing. So people are going to go based off price, right? Why would I buy this really nice red apple of this guy if I could buy the exact same apple off this guy for 10 times cheaper, right? When you do that, you just drive the price down. You're not making a real good business. You're just scraping a few dollars. So we want to aim for this value-driven purchasing. This is how real big business is made, right? And this is how we're going to try to do it. So going into here, right? Once we have value-driven purchasing and we create such a good offer, there's 3 big things that a good offer gets us, right? More customers, gets them to pay more, and it also gets them to do so more times, depending on how we structure our alpha, right? But these are the three big things to grow a business: more customers, them paying more, them doing it more times, right? Simple. So how can we actually do it, right? So I've actually created a 5-step offer infrastructure, and we're going to base this off assuming that you guys have watched our other video. You guys know exactly who we're targeting. So this is going to break it down into 5 simple steps that you guys can do yourself, actionable steps. So going into the first one, right, is dream outcome. So here's our ICP's current situation, right? Whether whoever you're targeting, right, this is their current situation and this is where they want to go, right? So our dream offer is going to get them there. So essentially, we want to be able to solve the problem. So say if this was dentists, right? A dentist with no clients. So they've got an empty calendar. So that's where they are right now. Their dream solution is to have their day fully booked of high-paying clients. So how are we going to do this, right? Well, that's what you're going to offer them. You're going to offer them that solution, but not just that one solution. You're going to provide value on every single problem that they might have when getting there. So the offer we are making will get them to their dream situation. Simple. Without a dream situation or endpoint, an offer is essentially pointless. So a lot of the time, these other offers, they're not directly solving a problem. And see, the thing is here, you're not going to be able to charge as much, right? Because there's no need for it. So it's more of like a luxury. And yes, you can still make money off luxury offers, right? That are just luxuries to business, but you're not going to be able to build a very much so sustainable business that we want, right? That you guys want as well. So we want to have an endpoint, something that our offer is going to get to them, because this is a good selling point, right? This is essentially things like selling, you know, those old telephone intercom cloud systems, right, to businesses. They don't need it. They don't want it. It's pointless. That's why those businesses don't really pick off too much. So step 2 is we want to list all the problems, right? So where they want to go, our offer is going to get them there. But to do that, we need to know exactly what we're solving. So we want to list out every single problem that they're going to incur toward getting to that dream situation. Every single problem, doesn't matter what it is. So going back to that dentist, it might be something like, they might have to pay for ads, or they don't know how to run ads. When the ads come in, they don't know how to nurture those clicks into actual paying clients. They don't have a nurturing sequence, so that way those clients actually pull up to the things. So every single problem that they're gonna have going from where they are right now to the dream situation, right? There's gonna be a lot of problems. Make sure you list out every single one, everything stopping them from getting to their dream solution, dream outcome, right? So step 3, right? We have all the problems. We know everything that they're gonna encounter when trying to get to that position. Now we want to list them as solutions, right? So every single problem, one might be not being able to reach the right people, or let's say not knowing who to target. One of the solutions we're going to provide is, say, market research for them. We're going to teach them how to target. Say with that dentist again, the dentist might be like not knowing how to reach those people. Well, they might run paid ads, right? That might be what we do for them. Or it might be a marketing agency. How are we going to reach potential clients? We're going to shoot out emails. We're going to do cold calling for them. LinkedIn outreach, right? So list every single problem, like the nurturing sequence one. Ensuring people come up to the meeting. Let's develop a bit of a nurturing sequence for them. So that way, say, an hour before the appointment, they get an SMS. A day before the appointment, they get an SMS to confirm, right? So listing out all these problems that they're going to have, then providing a solution for it. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do all these solutions, but write out every single one. Because in the next step 4, is we're going to make every single solution into deliverables, right? So the problem might be not knowing who they're going to target. The solution is market research. The deliverable that we're actually going to do for them is we're going to do out a market map, right? We're going to map out the whole market for them and do the market research for them. So we're going to do this for every single solution and problem that we've made. We're going to turn it into a deliverable, something that we can actually do for them. So this is everything we're going to do for them, right? But then in step 5, we're going to filter out and clean up, right? So we want to filter out, so we're not obviously going to be able to do absolutely everything that we list. There's going to be a few things that we can't actually do. Obviously, we've still listed them out because down the track we may be able to, right? But looking back at the value equation, we want to talk in terms of the deliverables, right? Is it a high value deliverable? Will my prospect think it's valuable? Is it low cost, right? Will it be cheap for me to fulfill? Because obviously we could have a bunch of really good deliverables, but if it's too expensive, we can't be charging, say, $20,000 for our offer to a dentist, right? For 1 month. We can't do that. Logistically, it just doesn't make sense for them. Obviously, if we made an offer very good, we would be able to, but we want things that are cheap for us to fulfill. Then will it take too much time, and what's their sacrifice? They don't have to sacrifice that much. They don't want to have to wait that long. Then we want to ensure that it's low cost, high value, right? So after we go through absolutely everything, we tick all the boxes, right? Tick all the boxes off, and then eventually, after we've cleaned it up, we've got this nice long list of deliverables, things we can actually do for our client that are high value, that are low cost. They're not going to take too much time, and they don't have much sacrifice for the client. This is essentially our offer, right? This is exactly what we're going to be offering them. We've just gone through the 5 steps here, right? So now we know exactly what we're going to provide for them. Now it's just about whoever we're targeting, we know what we're going to give them, setting it all up, then going out to those people and offering it to them, right? What I've actually done for you guys is I've actually made a offer restructuring template. So what this template means is you guys can actually go through the steps and develop your own offer. It's going to be very valuable for yourself. So if you guys just go down to the description, that one will be there. You guys can go through, fill it all out, make your guys' offer up. Hope this was valuable.